All right, what's going on, everybody? I'm up here at Champion City Video Games with my man Kenny. I wanted to come up here and kind of pick his brain a little bit about his entrepreneurial experience. He's been out on his own for a couple years now. He has a background similar to mine, to where he worked for a long time and he took the leap of faith. So, Kenny, let me start out with this. Tell us a little bit about the video game business. What made you decide to start your own business, and specifically a video game business? How'd that work out for you?
Yeah, I mean, I've always enjoyed video games ever since I was a kid. It was something that I was, passionate about and grew up with. I would say that I kind of had a resurgence around 2014 where, gained interest back in them again, and, just started collecting some of the games I had as a kid, grew more interest, got further along, started collecting myself. And then from there, it just built and grew. You start getting games that you already have, so you start selling those off, and then you start learning about that, and then you learn about, the buy-sell trade side of things.
Right. So video games were a passion from you since you were young?
Yeah, oh yeah.
What's the earliest Madden game you remember playing?
Probably Madden 96, I want to say.
I think I remember. What system was it on?
It was N64. It was actually NFL Quarterback Club.
I remember, man. I remember, like, when I was a kid, I was a Dallas Cowboys diehard fan. Emmitt Smith, Deion Sanders, all that stuff. So I think Madden 94 was the first one I remember playing.
Okay.
I was a geeker growing up on the video games. I loved it, man. Good stuff. So I don't know. Somewhere along the line, I kind of lost. I think that, probably my upbringing probably related to, like, how my my experience with video games. But it was fun. I remember video games was cool. So so you always had the passion for video games. When did you have the idea of, like, man, I want to start my own business? Were you hustling when you were a kid with the video games?
No,
or?
well, I mean, trade a couple of games at school with a buddy or something like that, but nothing really that major as far as when I was a kid. I mean, I pretty much just bought them. My mom would rent me an N64 from Blockbuster every now and then. I didn't have a lot of systems growing up. Just couldn't afford them or get, the luxury of renting one for a weekend every now and then.
Yeah.
But, as I got a little bit older, PS2 is really the first console that really stuck out that I was old enough to remember of being mine.
Good deal.
But yeah, the buy-sell trade aspect just came from the nostalgia factor. The boom of, everybody that's 30-something remembered what they had as a kid and they wanted it back.
It's coming back, isn't it? Good deal, man. Most definitely. Yep. So you worked for we both got some similar experience with, recovery and some friends that we have mutually in common. So it's like, that's all good stuff. We've always had that connection between us. So you've been in business now for yourself for how long?
2 years.
2 years.
Yep, be 2 years next month.
What were you doing prior to starting this business?
Social work. So I worked for the local nonprofit homeless organization here in Springfield.
Okay.
Started off just as shelter staff, overseeing the day-to-day operations of the shelter, and then grew into some case management a couple of years after that. And then, became the program manager of the men's emergency homeless shelter here in Springfield. And I was actually there, it was Interfaith Hospitality for 11 years.
Okay. Wow. Yeah. 11 years?
11 years.
That is a long time right there.
Yeah. So started young.
How old were you when you started there?
19.
Damn. So you worked there till you were 30?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, that's a long time.
Yeah.
So did you see yourself, did you have a career path mapped out? Like, I'm going to work here and then I'm going to grow, social work field and stuff like that?
I didn't at the time. I got into it, it was a part-time job.
Yeah.
Early in recovery, it was a part-time job and an opportunity for me. And then it just grew from there. You just keep showing up and more opportunities presenting themselves. And, as time goes on, you just keep showing up and, you can continue to grow in the field. I thought I would do it for a long, long time.
Yeah.
I really enjoy giving back to the community, helping people. Man, that was a big passion of mine. I loved that aspect of it.
Yep.
And then it just kind of got to a point where, I was just, I wouldn't say burn out with it, but I was ready to experience new things. Take some risks. Crazy. So very, very similar to where you're at this week.
I swear to God, I was just telling a guy today, I told him a little bit about myself and, how I struggle using that word burnt out, but it was just like, I get to a point where it's like, good God.
Yeah, man.
So I feel like nobody listens to me. It's like I have all this wonderful advice.
Yeah.
Nobody listens to me. And I'm like, man, I just wanted something different.
And I think the important thing, and I'm sure that you're realizing this too, just because you don't work the field 9 to 5, you still give back.
Yeah.
There's still plenty of opportunity to, carry a message, help out, be a benefit to your community, take a business side of things and, still invest in your community too.
Absolutely.
So that'll never go away.
Yeah, it's in my heart forever,
Yeah,
most definitely.
Yeah.
So when was the point that you when did you get that entrepreneurial itch to did you see somebody that was running their own business? Did you have the
Yeah.
idea of your own? Was it videos you watch? How'd that happen?
So in doing the video game thing, man, full blown obsessed with it. Just took off. Was really interested in it. Met tons of people, all across the United States. A lot of store owners.
Yeah.
A lot of people who were doing it every day, day in and day out. Got up to where I was selling games, and it really just got to a point where, I was working, 16, 18 hours a day, staying up till 2 o'clock in the morning, getting up at 6 a.m. to go to work, and it was just getting burnt out. And I was passionate about both. I wanted to do both, and it just got to a point. It's like, okay, well, you got to make a decision here. Either, put aside this for a little while and continue to do what you're doing, or jump and go for it.
So how long was it that you had the side hustle going on while you were still working?
So I would say that, I did it just casually, just in the beginning, just learning. I would say that, that was around 2016 when I really started selling extras that I had.
Yeah.
Grew pretty quick within a year. And then, going into the second year is when I took the jump to do it full time. So I would say full time selling like that, after work, that was pretty much ate up a lot of my time. I would say a year.
Okay, so you like myself, you got the wife and the kids and the family.
Yeah. Yep,
so it was how did that conversation go with your wife to start that conversation of I'm going to quit my job and I'm going to start this business and I'm going to do all this crazy stuff? Tell me about that.
Yeah, I think that discussing with her, what my passion was, I think she always knew I always wanted to own a game store. Buy, sell, trade, I love it. You know, and when you become when you get into a niche and you learn a lot about it, it's you become passionate about it and you become not an expert on it, I would say, but in some areas, yeah. But talking to her, just looking at it, and it was it was a huge risk.
Yeah.
You're walking away from a full-time job that you've been at for 11 years that you're heavily invested into. And man, it's regret. And we I think we both understand what that looks like, and it's like, man, regardless of what it is, even if it doesn't work out, it'll bounce back.
Yeah.
So
you can always go get another job,
you
huh?
can always go get another job.
That's
yeah,
right.
That's right.
So 2 years in, looking back, do you regret it?
Never.
Not one second of it?
At the very beginning, it was tough. When you do something for 11 years every day, and then you don't anymore, there's a little bit of shock that comes along with that. I'm sure you probably.
But I imagine, with the people that you served in the role that you had, probably much like myself, I can't go anywhere without seeing a former client or somebody I know that I've worked with. So it's like, it's probably been cool to, sometimes you like to isolate and not isolate, but just be somewhere where nobody knows you.
Yeah,
you know
that's
what I'm saying?
true.
Just take your family out, enjoy spend time together. But
yeah, and then a lot of pressure, a lot of leaning. I mean, operating a 36-bed homeless shelter 24/7, 365.
Yeah.
All that on your shoulders, with the support of the staff that's there. But it was a lot, man.
Yeah.
It really was. But man, I knew. See, I left in September, I want to say, and I didn't open this until March.
Wow.
So it was a big learning curve. Got the keys to this place in January, and I thought, 3 weeks. Give me 3 weeks. I'm gonna whip it together.
Right.
Yeah, I opened in the end of March.
The end of March.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah. But even then, even in that gap over the winter, just selling online, making ends meet, making it work.
Yeah.
I knew I made the right decision, though. I was happy. I'll make it happen.
Right.
Yeah.
So, what do you know now, 2 years in, that you wish you would have known when you were first getting started running your own business?
One of the things is taking advice from people who have experience, who have been there, who have started with similar to what you have, and taking it as advice.
You mean there's people out there that have advice that don't have experience?
there are people out there that have advice that don't have experience, and you learn a lot of things very quickly.
Yeah.
You know, that you have to go through that process. For me, I do best to, you can tell me, but if I experience it,
Yeah.
then I it sticks a little bit better with
So
me.
who were some of the people that had the experience and the advice that you were leaning on and reaching out to as you were starting
so
out?
I have with the game store here, I have a partner
Okay.
that I operate the game store with, and it wasn't necessarily a financial decision; it was an experience decision.
Yeah.
And when you have the opportunity to work with one of the biggest video game resellers in the United States, says, "I'll be your partner."
Nice.
You
yeah.
take that opportunity.
That
Yeah.
sounds like a golden
And
opportunity
it's like,
right
okay,
there.
so and the upside of that is, okay, walk me through what to expect. What's the experience?
Yep.
Operating stores already, and and going through that, and what do we need to do, and what do we need to stock, and
Yep.
what's the experience with that. So there was a lot of headway that made place there, and then
Yep.
research.
Yep.
There's
Yep.
not a lot out there. I googled start a game store. There's some articles and things like that, and some
Started
stuff,
there, huh?
but there ain't really a whole lot.
Yep.
So you gotta do it, and then just learn.
So you got the entire store right here on Bechtel in Springfield.
Yep.
So is this like 100% of sales, or are you online, or are you
Yeah,
like,
we do,
what's that look like?
Yeah, so we also sell online.
Okay.
So we sell on Amazon and eBay. But yeah, the store is the main source. Again, I come from the social work background. It's a community thing too.
Yeah.
I want to see small businesses thrive and be successful in Springfield, and
Yep.
and it's important for me that I see kids that come in and they're excited to be here.
Yep.
And having those kind of places in Springfield it's important.
Yeah,
and
man.
it's a sense of community too.
Growing up, one of the good memories I have
Yeah.
is playing video games.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
So it's nice
Yeah.
to, like my little girl, she's 3, you know what I'm saying? She's obsessed with candy and toys right now.
Yeah,
Candy and
yeah.
toys, everything. Daddy, I want candy store toys. So
Yeah.
it's like, it doesn't matter what kind of candy, what kind of toy. It's like, it's just seeing them light up. So
Yeah,
good
yeah.
stuff, man.
Yeah, and and just it's important, I think, for that too, and then my kids too, and showing them that you can do it. You can have that opportunity, and I'm sure you kind of see that you can build it, you can make it work for yourself too. I Gary Vee, someone that we both follow on a pretty regular basis, said, "Man, this generation has options.
Yeah,
it's
man.
not that they're." Not that they're not willing to, punch the clock, do the 9 to 5 at the same place for 40 years, but
Yep.
And we do. It's a lot of opportunity right now.
Yeah,
and
it's ridiculous.
we have options.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
there's unlimited
Yeah.
options. So, what has been successful for you, getting people to come in the door? Like, so when you go from, working 11 years
Yep.
at the social work job, starting your own business,
Mhm.
and then what I've learned is there's a big difference from a business that is successful and a
Yep.
business who has customers and a
Yep.
business who has loyal customers and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
what's been one of your tactics that you've used to get people in the door and keep them coming back?
Sure. So my thing was, and I heard in the process of, looking at small business and understanding what it takes to open a small business, I heard people say, "Don't have the field of dreams mentality."
Mm-hmm.
If I build it, they will come. You can't have that mentality.
Right.
And I thought, man, I know I can do a game store, and I know I can do it well.
Mm-hmm.
So, one of the things that I underestimated when opening the business is if I get an opportunity to serve somebody, the retention is very good.
Right.
But just getting people to learn that you're there
Yep.
is huge. And it's a very, very, very long process
Mhm.
over a very long time. We're all creatures of habit. We're going to go to the place that's been a video store or game store for 20 years,
Right.
because that's where you go to get video games. So just introducing people to the fact that, hey, there's a new place that you can, and getting that message out is that's the main part.
Yep.
Is the biggest part of it, is just letting people know that you're there. So I knew that going off the back of, building the business, that if we get the opportunity to serve somebody, if they're interested in video games, if they're interested in toys, we're expanding into cards. We have a little bit of movies.
Nice.
If we can get them in the door, customer service, treating people right, doing the right thing, a level of honesty, man.
Yep.
And it carries over, in all our affairs, as they say.
That's right.
Just always doing the right thing, doing
Yep.
the next right thing, and people are blown away by it. They're like, I've never had this before, and it's like, well, it ain't right, and we're gonna make it right. We're gonna overwhelmingly make it right,
Yep.
and then once you get that, but the big key to that is is getting people in the door. You
Yeah.
know, getting people to learn that you're there.
Let people know you
spend
exist.
a lot of money. You'll spend a lot of time on research. You'll spend a lot of time, you know, I'm sure with New Life Media, and that's part of that is
Yep.
helping people get noticed.
Just
you
trying to
know?
make some noise, you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Let people
Yeah.
know, hey, this is who I am, this is what I do.
Yep.
So
Yep.
so one thing I thought, I loved driving into Springfield there and I know you still probably have some, but seeing your billboard up out on Route 4.
Billboards. So I mean, it just gets to the point. It's like, okay, we have Facebook, we have Instagram, TikTok, Google AdWords. Putting up everything that you can, putting everything out there. It works. You put more money, you target it a different way. You do everything that you can in those areas, and it's like a billboard. It's like, you know what, you don't just the same as opening a business yourself. You don't know until you try.
Right.
So it's like you put one up, and then you kind of see what kind of response you can get, and and I think that and it worked well for us.
Right.
It did well in that location. We tried some other locations, and the results vary on where you put it, and you're just trying to learn that. Now I'm trying to become a billboard expert. Where do I put a billboard at?
Right.
But just the biggest thing is investing money in advertising.
So where have you seen the best result from your advertising dollars? Facebook?
Hand down. Yeah,
Okay.
hands down. Yeah. Facebook does a really good job with, being able to communicate with people. Not everyone uses Facebook. You look at, the target demographic of the people that we serve, it is a little bit of the younger generation. I mean,
Right.
we have a lot of older customers, but
So are you targeting
well,
kids? You targeting parents? What's your strategy?
I think a lot is, I always say like 15 to 35
Mhm.
is kind of our target demographic. But younger than that, obviously, we have lots of kids, all the way back to 4, 5, 6 years old that play
Right.
games. They don't usually have Facebook, but so you start off with most people that have Facebook, and that's why you have to get into Snapchat, Instagram, TikTok. The platform that the generation is using is always changing.
Yep.
So you got to learn. My daughter laughs at me for TikTok, and I'm like, hey, it's out there.
Yeah.
We're gonna put videos on it.
Yeah.
Like if people are paying attention to it and using it, we're gonna have some videos on there.
Good
So,
deal, man.
Yeah.
That's what's up. My dude Blake was telling me, man, you got to get on TikTok. You got to do this. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm watching it. I'm like, God, this just goes against who I am. Like, I'm not funny. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm
Oh,
not.
yeah,
There's
yeah.
nothing about me that's funny.
Yeah.
But-
Now I'm not to the point where you won't see me on TikTok.
Yeah.
But you'll see the story. You'll see
Okay,
videos. You'll see
okay.
music in the background,
And
and
he
a
keeps-
little bit. Not a whole lot, but
He keeps telling me, he said, the funny stuff is just what they show you when you get started. And then after that, you won't see as much funny stuff based on what you
Mhm.
like and what you interact with
yeah,
and stuff like
yeah.
that. So I don't know.
Yeah.
It's, God, there's just so much work to do when it comes to advertising.
Yeah,
you know?
it is, and and that's another thing too that in running a business is video games. What cord goes to a console? What
Yeah.
game's compatible with what? I would call myself an expert on that.
That's
I
what's up.
know in and out, up and down, all of that. Facebook targeting, I learned a little bit just from being a small business owner, but hiring someone who is specialty in that. Videos with my phone is kind of cool. I shot a video a couple of weeks ago where the start of the video, like my head's cut off, and it's like, when you go to play the video, it's chopping. It's like, okay, well, I don't have the time to invest in becoming an expert in that.
Right.
So,
Yep.
hey, my friend just started
Yeah,
a
that's what
media,
we're going
so-
to be talking about that. So
yeah.
last question, and we'll be done here. Where have you found have you built a new network? Have you built new connections with like-minded people? One thing
Absolutely.
I'm learning in myself is that most people who know me know I'm pretty crazy on most days, and I've got idea after idea, and I'm going to
Yeah.
try. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So.
yeah.
And it's to the point where I almost struggle sometimes with, like, who do you talk to? Who do you reach out to? How do you cut your old friends off? Do you cut family off? Like,
Yeah.
what have you found any balance in that there?
It's hard. So, in being an entrepreneur, it's pretty much around the clock. You have the responsibility of when the store's open after hours. I'm the accountant, I'm the HR,
Yeah.
I'm all of
Everything.
that. So, you do have to find a balance in that. Like finding it before you get like crazy and burnout, I don't know how to do, but
Yeah.
you'll reach the point where you're like, okay, well, I'm taking the weekend with my wife, or
Yeah.
I'm going to spend time with my son, and shut it down. I don't have scheduled hours. There are times, holiday season, it's time to get it.
Yeah.
Like it's time to, you really got to work those times and when it's peak opportunity. But, again, reaching out to other people, passing things on, man. This is my baby, and I want to do everything.
Yeah.
I can't.
Right.
So areas suffer because of that. So, finding people who are experts in that. I had relationships with people in the social work field, in businesses and things like that we utilized that I had developed and I trusted. And when I went out on my own, I went back to those businesses and I said, listen, we already know what it is. I know that you can be trusted and you're a good agency and a good business, or whatever it may be. And I utilize those people.
That's
those people who are honest to the community, and they give back, they donate. I went around with donation letters for 10 years or 5 years, however long it was, asking for donations.
Yeah, man.
I know who donates and gives back, and I'm going to utilize those people for
That's
business.
what's up, man. Good deal, man. Well, Kenny, man, I appreciate your time.
Yeah.
If you haven't been in here to check out this video game store, just come check it out just to check it out. And if you got little ones, bring them in. He's got games up front, all types of cool stuff. What are you specifically looking for? Like, what's the hot items right now?
Yeah, so Xbox One, PS4, Nintendo Switch, we carry all of that stuff, new and pre-owned. We pay cash, we trade. If you have old games, you can bring them in, swap them out for some new ones.
Yep.
We do a lot with Funko Pops, movies. Video game is our base, though.
Okay.
But we're growing. We're expanding. We got into, Pokemon cards and Magic cards. And, we're doing everything that we can. And as long as we can do it right, we're going to try to offer it here. And
that's what's up.
Yeah, and continue to expand. So
good deal.
Yeah.
All right. Well, folks, if you tuned in with us, man, leave Kenny a comment below. If you have any questions, hit him up. I'm sure he'll check back in there and see if there's anything he can answer for you. And now we're going to talk about some advertising, some video production, and go from there. So thanks for watching, folks. Talk to you next time. Done.